Okay, so last class we discussed Docker and all. So mostly interview they are asking only that how to create containers, how to connect the containers, and right. So how to check that logs and all. Mostly they are asking how to check that logs and all, and creating containers and a network and Docker. That is right. Volume. How to take a backup. Even container destroyed. How to take a backup and all. And today we'll start why that is Kubernetes. Very very important in interview purpose. And nowadays most of the people in real time also we are following microservice architecture. That is a Kubernetes. We'll see. How I hope already last class we seen right. Mm, So last class already while discussing Docker and all, I explained that is Docker. Where is the Docker? Docker class. Now we see right. Initial class already I explained. So right what is traditional deployment, virtual deployment, and containerization. Virtual deployment and containerization. Now there is a Kubernetes. If you see this visual, Kubernetes and Docker work together to build run containerized applications. So as of now, we are handling only one Docker, multiple containers. Correct? As of now, we are handling this is the hardware. On top of we installed the operating system. On top of Docker, on top of Docker, and we are handling multiple containers. Correct? Yes or no? Now, if we come to Kubernetes, how Kubernetes will work? Now see here. So there is multiple Docker and multiple containers. In Docker, we can handle, we installed only one Docker and we are creating multiple containers. We deployed application and how to create containers and how to deploy, how to check logs and all we'll see. Now, what is the Kubernetes? See, if you see, we can easily understand. If you want to handle multiple Dockers and multiple containers, so that case we go for that case we go for Kubernetes. Clear, Karthik? Very simple. Okay. So now here there is limited features, but if you go to Kubernetes, there is many features available, and that is the reason nowadays most of the people so we are using Kubernetes only. And before move on to Kubernetes, so there is few things we need to know. There is Docker Compose, Docker Swarm. In interval, also most of the people they won't ask. They are asking Docker Compose, and Docker Volume also. Now Docker Compose is a that is a right your application managing. Now see here there is one more after Docker there is Docker Compose is available. Docker Compose is there is just like one tool for defining running multiple container applications. But nowadays no one is using. This is almost deprecated, and mostly we are using Kubernetes and all advanced topic, and that is the reason I enter one or two people they asked what is Docker Compose. So if anyone is asking, just only definition, just note it. Okay, what is Docker Compose? Docker Compose is a tool for defining and running multiple container applications. If you want to run multiple container applications, we can use Docker Compose also. After Docker, this is the Docker Compose, and it is the key to unlocking a streamline and efficient deployment and deployment experience. So there is if you want to, we can check there is a same. We can create multiple containers and we can stop multiple containers. We can run multiple containers. We can check all right containers logs and all. Whatever we want, we can check it. Only simply mostly we are using so this is the one tool for defining running multiple containers. So this is mostly we are not using nowadays. Just if anyone is asking what is Docker Compose, and so how it will work. So installation and all if you want to, we can try it. There is one more also is there before move on to Kubernetes. So Docker Compose, this is Docker Compose. Next one more thing, what is this? Docker Swarm. Before Kubernetes we are using this one only, Docker Swarm. Now see here, this is also same like Kubernetes, but there is only limited features. Only limited features. Only limited features. Okay. Docker Swarm. This is also same like Kubernetes, but here only we have limited features. And so if you come to Kubernetes, we have many features, and so we can easily handle your applications. We can easily scale up and we can easily scale down also. This is also just I am showing what is Docker Swarm, what is Docker Swarm. Docker includes Swarm mode. So navigate managing cluster of Kubernetes engine called Swarm. So Docker CLI, this is create a swarm, deploy your application services with based on swarm. Here mostly we are using client and master architecture we are following. Client and master architecture we are following. Let me show you. Docker swarm. So if you see here, this is also most of the people we are not using. Okay, nowadays this is also almost deprecated. So that is the reason. See here, this is the Docker Swarm. This is the Docker Swarm Manager, and so here Docker daemon. This is the containers. This is the worker node. Same. This is the Docker API, and same architecture we are following in Kubernetes also. But here we have many features. Here we have many features available in Kubernetes. So that is the reason directly we are jump onto Kubernetes only. Now enter also one or two people, that is rare condition. What is Docker Swarm and what is Docker Compose, and so what is the advantage? This is only limited features, and it is also following a manager and worker node architecture. And with the help of we can create containers, we can deploy your containers, we can check it. See, consists of multiple Docker hosts which run swarm mode and act as manager and managing multi membership and so delegation and workers to run, right, office. There is a manager and so employees. Manager, what he will do, he will manager handle the only employees, that is developers or testers, whatever it may be. So under the manager only we are working on that, and he is controlling. Manager is the controller. So here Docker host which run on the Docker swarm mode and act as managers. The manager membership and the delegation workers so which run on the Docker swarm. See, this is like this. Now I come to here Kubernetes. Why you go for Kubernetes? What is the advantages? There is many advantages available. There is a lot of advantages. We can check it. Now, so Kubernetes, this is very popular nowadays. Most of the people we are using containers architecture Kubernetes. First, we'll see what is Kubernetes and all. And so Kubernetes is an orchestration engine, and this is also open source platform for managing containerized application. Now you know, right, what is container, how to create container, how to deploy your application with the help of container. If you want to handle multiple containers and if you want to handle multiple dockers, so what we go for Kubernetes. Very simple. Kubernetes is an orchestration engine. There is two type of right, that is monolithic application, and second one is microservice application. Monolithic microservice. If you go to Docker, and already explained what is microservice architecture, how it will work. Same project we are going to we are going to divide multiple services. Same project we are going to same project we are going to split multiple services, and these services with the help of API gateway all are connecting each other. This is the microservice architecture. If you want to modify anything, no need to touch entire code. Particular service only we can modify. We can easily deploy this particular service. We can easily deploy this particular service. We can easily deploy this particular service. This is the microservice architecture. This is the microservices architecture. Now if you go to here, now if you go to here, this is a monolithic application. Monolithic architecture means the entire application, mostly we are using var file, right? See here in the var file all services available. If you want to modify, we are modifying particular service, and again we have to deploy this entire project. This is the drawback of monolithic application. See here, deploy, test, develop, test, deploy, and scale. This is the monolithic application architecture. Now, if you go to here, microservices. Same project, we are going to divide multiple services. See, account service, inventory service, shipping service, DB, and how these services are communicate each other with the help of API gateway only. With the help of API gateway only. Now these things we are following in Kubernetes. Now see here, what is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is an orchestration engine, and also this is a open source platform for managing containerized application. Managing containerized applications. And responsibilities, see here, responsibilities including container deployment, scaling, descaling, containers, container load balancing, everything we can handle it. Everything we can handle it. Now, actually, Kubernetes is not a replacement of Docker, and Kubernetes is not a replacement of Docker Swarm. Kubernetes is significant more complex than Docker Swarm and Docker Compose and all. There is some extra features. So Docker, but this is not a replacement of right Docker Swarm, and there is some features available. Kubernetes is significant more complex than Docker Swarm and required more work to deploy, how to handle. So there is a lot of features available, many objects, resource objects available here. With the help of Kubernetes, we can easily handle, we can easily deploy our application, and we can deploy multiple times in a single day. See here, this is the some basic when born in Google and written in the Go language and donated by, these are the Cloud Native Computing Foundation. 2014, the first Kubernetes was introduced, and that first version is v 1.0 was released 2015. Now the current release, this is also old. Now current release is 1.2524 or 25, that is latest version. So 1.24, what is the current latest version? That is every 1 month 2 month they are releasing new features and all. Current current Kubernetes version. Now see here, 1.29 also released, 1.29, 28, 27. This is the new release 1.19, and there is a 2 up to they reached 29 also, 1.29. Okay, but this document is old, so that is reason here 1 point, that time it is 1.8. Now that latest release is mostly we are using 1.24 and all. Okay. So this is the some basic what is Kubernetes. If anyone is asking, Kubernetes is an orchestration engine, and also it is a open source platform for managing containerized applications. Containerized applications. It is responsible, right? This is the already Docker and Docker Swarm also is there. So with the help of Kubernetes, we can easily handle more here. Right? There is many objects available, and with the help of that Kubernetes objects, we can easily, the main thing is without application downtime, we can deploy our application multiple times in single day. Now got it, without downtime. For example, I deployed one application Tomcat server. I deployed one application in Tomcat server. I deployed one application in Tomcat server. Just assume, so this is the, I deployed one, this is the Tomcat server. This is the, just assume, this is the Tomcat server. And so if you deploy any application, I deployed Maven web application already, right? So that code under Maven web application, Maven web application. Okay. So here mostly which file we are deploying? Artifact files, right? Yes or no? We are deploying war file, correct? Here we are deploying war file, star.war, war file we are deploying. Now application is running, everything working fine. Now suppose if you deploy, suppose you modified code, you modified existing code, you modified the code. modify the code. Again we redeployed. Modify the code. Again it is generating artifact file. Var file. Okay. If we deploy same file in Tomcat server, there is some right, downtime. At least some downtime we are maintaining while deploying the new var file and all. But same thing if you come to Kubernetes without application downtime. Next class I will show you how it will work. Suppose if I deployed same var file multiple times in server, so there is no downtime with the help of Kubernetes. Now clear, Karthik?
Yes, sir.
Without downtime, we can deploy application multiple times. Okay, that is the Kubernetes. Without downtime, we can deploy application multiple times. So now we know monolithic application. We know how to generate a var file and all we can deploy. It is working fine. But if you deploy new version, we are giving some time period, downtime period. But that and all here, nothing is there. So that is the main advantage of Kubernetes. Now see here. So this is the Kubernetes features. Automated scheduling. Now see here, Kubernetes provides advanced scheduler to launch container and cluster nodes. Kubernetes provides advanced scheduler to launch to launch container and cluster nodes, and also self-healing capabilities. See here, rescheduling, replacing and restarting containers which are died. Suppose one container is not working. So as of now in Kubernetes, now see, sorry, if we come to Docker. So if you come to Docker, now I created one container. So now I created one container. I have one container. My container is not running. There is some problem. The container is deleted. Unfortunately, the container was deleted. Okay. Now, what about my application? Can you access your application, Karthik? So already I created Tomcat container. Application is running. Now my container is deleted. Unfortunately. So can you access your application? Yes or no? Application is running or not?
Running.
Container is deleted. కంటైనర్ నాకు డిలీట్ అయిపోయింది. కంటైనర్ డిలీట్ అయింది. సో ఇప్పుడు కంటైనర్ నాకు యాక్సెస్, నా అప్లికేషన్ యాక్సెస్ అవుతుందా లేదా?
Not work.
నాట్ వర్కింగ్. 100% నాట్ వర్కింగ్, రైట్? నా డౌట్ ఏమి? సో కంటైనర్లో మా అప్లికేషన్ ఉంది, కరెక్టా? కంటైనర్ ఏమేం చేసినారు? డిలీట్ చేసినారు. సమ్మన్ ఈస్ డిలీటెడ్. జస్ట్ అజ్యూమ్ సమ్మన్ ఈస్ డిలీటెడ్ వాంటెడ్లీ. ఓకే, నౌ యువర్ అప్లికేషన్ కెనాట్ వర్క్, రైట్?
Yes, sir.
సో 1 second, at 201. Now, if we go to Kubernetes, now see here. So container is created, application is running. Unfortunately, container was deleted. Container was deleted. So is it working or not? It's not working 100%. Correct? We cannot access. Yes or no? We cannot access application. So if
Yes,
container delete అయిపోతే application work కాదు మనకి 100% Docker లో. Now again what we need to do? Manually we need to create, right? Again if you go and run the same command, if you go and run the same command, again application will work. Yes or no?
yes, sir.
But if you come to Kubernetes, so even container deleted, automatically it will recreating one more container. one more pod. Here mostly we are calling pod. Here mostly we are calling pod. The terminologies will change. Here we are calling pods. So that is the greatness of Kubernetes. So if a container is deleted, unfortunately container crashed, container is not working. So here again we have to create manually. Again we have to create manually. But if we come to Kubernetes, so your container is deleted. So what is happening? Automatically it will recreate one more container. No need to take care. Everything taken care by Kubernetes only. Master. I hope you got it right. Any doubt, Karthik? So that is
No,
the
sir.
main thing. See here, I'll show you self-healing. See, rescheduling, replacing and restarting the containers which are died, which are died. Okay, even container deleted, automatically it will recreate. Now automated rollouts and rollback. For example, you deployed one version, particular version. For example, this month, this release I released, for example, one v1 dot, that is second, right? v1 dot to second month. Okay, so unfortunately this version is not working. Previous version it is working fine. Previous version it is working fine. Now if you go to here, v1.1, it is working fine. This is everything working fine. This is the working fine. This is the working fine. This is a new release. This month I deployed new version. Unfortunately this version is not working properly. There is some issue, the code level or whatever it may be, the configuration level. So this version is not working properly. How to handle here? Again we have to remove this file. Again we have to redeploy, right? So here if you come to Kubernetes, there is a rollout and roll. There is a concept is rollouts and rollback. Kubernetes supports rollouts and rollback for desired state of the containerized application. So simply we can roll out one step, we can back. That's it. Very simple. If you go back one step, this is the automated rollout and rollback. Now you know, right? Horizontal scaling and load balancing. In AWS also, I hope you hear ALB, auto scaling, load balancer, ALB, auto scaling. You know, right? Auto scaling, how it will work? Auto scaling, load balancer in AWS. Same horizontal scaling and load balancing. Kubernetes can scale up and scale down the application as per the requirement. For example, I deployed my application. So this is the auto scaling. Just assume here horizontal auto scaling and load balancer. So I deployed application. So my application can handle only 10,000 requests. Only it is handling how many requests? 10,000 requests. QUST request. Okay. You know, right? If you go Flipkart, Amazon, festival time, many people hitting that URL, right? Yes, Karthik. Festival time. For example, Flipkart or
Yes,
Amazon,
sir.
whatever you take. So this is the Flipkart application or Amazon. Amazon. Okay. So this is just they are deployed the Amazon application. Festival time means actually this is an application. Application is running Amazon application. Now, so usually this application, this server can handle 10,000 requests at a time. How many requests it can handle? 10,000 requests it is handling at a time. So now if you come to festival time means, many people they are giving some offers, they are giving some discounts. So that is the reason many people buying festival time. So this time just assume every day we are getting for this server 15,000 request. Now is it handling or not? హ్యాండిల్ చేసిందా హ్యాండిల్ చేయలేదా? చేయలేదు,
Handle
అంటే
this, sir.
ఓవర్లోడ్, రైట్? Overload. Now, so in Kubernetes, if you come to here, there is a concept horizontal auto scaling. So here we are setting, for example, if CPU usage more than or CPU usage. See here, we are giving one condition. CPU, right, central processing unit. CPU usage greater than, for example, 75%. If my usage some memory or say anything, we can set some condition greater than 35 75, automatically I need one more application, same configuration, same setup. I hope you got it right. So నాకు మళ్ళీ ఏం క్రియేట్ అవ్వాలి, వన్ మోర్ కంటైనర్. ఐ నీడ్ టు క్రియేట్ వన్ మోర్ కంటైనర్. I need to create one more container. I need to create one more container. Yes or no, Karthik? So this is the this many there are many features available. This is the horizontal scaling, auto scaling, horizontal auto scaling. Now same configuration, one more server, it will one more part will create, one more application it will deploy. Now the request it will go to, with the help of load balancer, the request go to distribute into multiple servers parallelly. So one request go to this server, one request go to this server. So same. Now got it, Karthik? These are the features. Anyway, we'll see practically all these things coming classes. Just wait. So these are the some of the Kubernetes features. So this is very very important. Interview purpose, 99% people are asking, and real time also most of the people. So nowadays they are moving to so monolithic application to microservice architecture. Monolithic application to microservice architecture. Got it? Now observe here, what is so automated scheduling. See, so Kubernetes provide advanced scheduler to launch container on the cluster nodes based on the resource. I want to deploy particular, I want to deploy particular scheduling concept where you want to deploy. So see the resource requirement and other constraint while not so sacrificing the availability. Self-healing capabilities. Kubernetes allow to replaces and reschedulers containers when nodes are die. See here, self-healing capabilities. Whenever node is die or containers are die, automatically it will recreate. Automated rollouts and rollback. Kubernetes rollout changes the application its configuration while monitoring application health, ensure it does not kill your instance the same time. So automatically roll back, no need to kill and all. Horizontal auto scaling and load balancer. See here, usage based on automatically based on CPU usage. See, Kubernetes can scale up and scale down application as per requirements with the simple commands using UI or automatically based on your CPU usage. Already we discussed, right? CPU usage. My CPU usage, so it reaches 75%. Automatically, I want to create one more application, one more setup. I want to distribute my request with the help of load balancer, multiple instance, multiple right? So parts applications. Same configuration, same setup. Anyway, we'll see. So practically coming classes. So anyone, any doubt? So Karthik, so what is Kubernetes? And so already you know Docker, already you know some basics Docker and all. And so with the help of Docker, what is the main advantages? What is the features? What is the features? What is the advantages? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to here. Now come to here. Now I will show you practically how it will work. See here. If you come to this is the Docker running here, right? Click on connect. Now copy this one. Go to here. Where is PM files? Right click. Go to here. Git bash. Go to here. Now see here. Running all right. Okay. Now ls here. Yes. Control plus plus Docker images. I don't have anything. Sudo hyphen I. So Docker images. Okay. ls command. Now see here. So now go to here, any one file, say cat space docker underscore 2. Now this is the application. I am going to use this one. First rename mv docker file, and so docker file underscore 3 ls cat space. First move this mv. To docker file. Okay. Now this just assume I don't have anything. See here, docker images. I don't have docker ps-a. Now docker build hyphen t. What is my docker? How to create image? Docker build hyphen t. For example, I am giving tomcat container, version is v1. First I am creating image. Image is ready. Now docker images. Now see here, this is my docker images. Docker images. Now create container. Docker run hyphen d. Tomcat container I am creating hyphen p, port mapping. This is the host port number 8080. Container port number also I am giving same number 8080. And this is the ID I am giving. That's it. Container is created. Now go to here, go to here, go to images, go to images. Click on this instance ID, copy public IP, go to here, just paste it. What is the port number? Host port number 8080. So now see here, your application is working fine. Slash sample. Now see here, so your application is working fine. Now this is the Docker. Unfortunately, just assume. So my container is running. My container is running, and so Docker ps-a. So my container is running. Unfortunately, my container was deleted, or my container was crashed. Some problem my container. Now got it, Karthik. This is very very important. In Docker, so we created container. It is working fine. If everything working fine, we can easily access. There is no problem. Everything working fine. There is no problem. I can able to access my application. Unfortunately, your container crashed, or your container some problem, your application problem, or container deleted. What about? See here. Wanted I am going to delete docker rm-f rm-f, and I am giving container ID. Now I deleted this container. Now I deleted. Now can you able to access application, Karthik? Just assume container deleted, unfortunately. Now can you access application? Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, 100% we cannot access. 100% we cannot access. How to overcome? But here one container, right? ఇక్కడ వచ్చి మనకి ఏముంది, ఒక కంటైనర్ ఉంది, మనం చూసుకోవచ్చు, మళ్ళీ రీక్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ కమ్ టు రియల్ టైమ్, దర్ ఈస్ మెనీ కంటైనర్స్ రన్నింగ్. వందలు రన్ అవుతా ఉంటాయి. ఓకేనా? విచ్ కంటైనర్ డెలీటెడ్, విచ్ కంటైనర్ క్రాష్డ్, హౌ ఐ నో? ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది? ఇఫ్ యూ కమ్ టు డాకర్, ఇఫ్ కంటైనర్ డిలీట్ అయిపోయింది, అగైన్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు క్రియేట్ న్యూ కంటైనర్. See here, again it is working fine. I am creating one more container. See, container delete అయిపోయింది. Manually I am going to create the container. Now if you go here, again it will work. If you refresh it, now it will work. See, just refresh it. Now it will work. Now this is the container. In Docker, container is deleted. We have to create manually. మనం ఏం చేయాలి, మాన్యువల్గా క్రియేట్ చేయాలి. దర్ ఈస్ నో ఆప్షన్ ఆటోమేటిక్లీ క్రియేట్. బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ కమ్ టు క్యూబర్నెట్స్, నౌ గాట్ ఇట్ రైట్. ఇప్పుడు మనం క్యూబర్నెట్కి వచ్చినాం అనుకో, సో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ రైట్. సో దర్ ఈస్ ఏ దర్ ఈస్ ఏ scale up and scale down and scheduling concept. That is problem is if a container is problem, automatically it will restart the container. If container that is it is deleted, automatically it will recreate, no need to create manually. This is the one of the advantage of Kubernetes K8s. I hope you got some idea, right, Karthik? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now come to here. Now we'll see continuation. Now see here, and also load balancing. Now there is storage. Now storage means if container is deleted, how to maintain our data in Docker, right? Docker, which concept we are used? Volume concept. So for storage purpose, for backup purpose, which concept we use? Volume, right? But same way, this is a volume. If container is deleted, and if you want to maintain your data permanently, if you want to maintain your data permanently, and so I don't want to lose my data, I don't want to lose my data. So that case, right, volume concept. With the help of volume, we can create volume, and we can attach to container. We can maintain your data, persist your data permanently in our host, in our Docker path. But same concept, if you come to Kubernetes, there is a PV and PVC. PV and PVC, persistent volume, PV persistent volume, and PVC persistent volume claim. There is one more features available in Kubernetes, and this is the storage. See here, and also we are using some servers also, NFS server, network file system servers, and there is we are using some storage purpose. We are using some servers. We'll see that and all. Now this is very very important. What is Kubernetes architecture? Interview purpose. 99% people are asking this architecture. Can you explain? Can you explain? Can you explain Kubernetes architecture? And can you explain what are the main components in Kubernetes and how it will work and all? Now just you got some idea, right? So what is Kubernetes? Kubernetes is an orchestration engine and open source platform for managing containerized applications. All are containers only, containerized applications. And so what is the main advantage of Kubernetes? Scheduling, Automated scheduling, self-healing capabilities, automated rollout and rollback features, and horizontal scaling and horizontal pod auto scaling and load balancers. Horizontal pod auto scaling, and these are the main features. Not only this, there is many features available in Kubernetes, and these are the some of the major features. And so just we discussed how it will work, automated scheduling, how it will work, self-healing concept, and automated rollouts and rollback, and horizontal scaling and load balancer. Clear, Karthik? And so these are the just go through this, and the next class very very important. And Kubernetes architectures, how it will work, what are the main components in Kubernetes, very 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 important. So every interview people are asking this question, can you explain Kubernetes architecture, what are the main components in Kubernetes, and so what is the roles and responsibilities of each component, each. See here, there is many components we can see. Next class, I will explain all these components, and we can easily understand how it will work, and what is the Docker, and what is the Kubernetes following which architecture, and how it will work. Clear, Karthik?